sort of trolling around, I might as well answer some questions. Had somebody ask me with the tubbies, how do I fit them out with gear inside, and I'm going to try to explain. So on my right hand tubby, over this side, I put my ice bag in there. So we've got bag of ice in a soft bag, and in there that will keep that ice for more than one trip. Actually, if I don't use it, it actually lasts forever. Well, not forever, but pretty well. Oops. I also put a few lures, bits and pieces in there, but that's for my bait and that's for my ice and my catch, hopefully. Oops, we're just sort of spinning around in the wind here. Let me just turn around. So, right, on this side, okay, I keep a sabiki rod. So that's my fold-up sabiki. I have some, all my tackle gear. I have a couple of dry bags, those sort of fold-up plastic dry bags, and I keep my tackle inside those because these tubbies do let water in. They're not completely watertight, and that's by design. You can make them reasonably watertight by covering up some of the rod holders and things, but you know, inside you can see I've got a couple of like Tupperware sort of oops, just moving around again. A couple of those sort of boxes that you can put your tackle in. I have my lures, and Jesus, I can't keep straight at the moment. I have my some of my grab lures, things that I know I'm going to use. I will put those in a Tupperware box. You know, it's quite easy to handle. So at the end of the day, right hand side is for ice, left hand side is for tackle. I'll keep things like gloves in and some line, as in leader or things will be in this little glove box container on the left hand side. Right hand side, same thing. I've got another glove box, but that glove box I'll put in things like pliers, lip grips, etc. So pretty simple. End of the day, you can put whatever you like in these tubbies. There's a lot of room actually. They're around about 1.5 meter long internally, so you can also put a big mackerel, I guess, hopefully in the summer. Will fit in there, so I hope to be able to use that very soon. In fact, I'm trying very hard right now. It's not working. So I hope that sort of explains the gentleman that asked about what goes into the tubbies. These FXHOs have got a lot of room actually, so without the tubbies I find it hard to fish because I'm used to them, but the FXHO's got a nice big front compartment. It's a little bit tricky to get to. It's very deep actually, so putting your hand down in front, I have to use my gaff hook sometimes to hook things to bring them up when I'm on the water. But it's got a very deep glove box underneath the steering wheel here, and I've been putting things like sunscreen and keys and stuff that I want to keep relatively dry goes in there. It's pretty watertight. Not that I want to test it and turn it upside down, but it doesn't get water in it if you close it. It's got a seal, and that's probably it. What I also put in my right hand tubby is a drogue chute or a drag chute or whatever you like to call those things. So if I'm drifting fishing, I don't use it a lot, but if I'm drifting and drift fishing, I will put that chute out, and that'll slow down the drift a bit. So obviously if you've got a bit of a current, it's not going to help much, but it's going to, if you've got a wind with current, it's going to slow you down, or you've got wind against current, it's certainly going to change the dynamics. The one thing you need to do is just make sure you don't set your drag too tight. You want it to be tight enough to hook the fish, but I have had the bad experience of losing a rod over the side of this little, my old vessel actually, but I had tubbies, and using these rail blazer holders, they're quite good, they're very functional, but they're not good if you have your drag set too tight, because what happened to me is my rod on the right here actually was in a rail blazer, and I had the drag probably a little bit too tight. Pretty sure it would have been a mackerel or a wahoo hit my lure at speed, and it basically put so much strain on the rod holder that it snapped it off, and I sort of turned around and saw my rod and reel and everything, including the rail blades, flying through the air. And I don't know, I always tether things, but something must have happened this day, and either it tethered and broke, or I don't know what happened, but I lost a lot in the water. But 3 days later, a guy was spear fishing near the reef, found the rod and reel, brought it to the surface. He wasn't going to dive down. It was in about 25 meters of water actually, but he saw something shiny. He thought, oh, maybe it's not too bad. Dived down, brought it up. To his surprise, he got a bit of a shock to see that it was a Stella 14,000 reel on a Shimano rod. And but the guy knew how much. He was a bit of a fisherman as well, so he knew how much the rod and reel would cost. So he was thinking somebody's probably hurting, and well, man, I was really hurting. Anyway, so he posted it on a pretty popular fishing Facebook group. I was, meantime I sort of going on holidays. I was about 300 kilometres south of where I lost the reel and rod, and saw this on Facebook, and I said, nah, couldn't be, could it? And I had a closer look, and I thought, that's got to be mine. So, after examining the photo with a microscope, just about, I said that's mine, and of course everybody else is going, no, that's mine. I was a bit stressed at that stage, thinking somebody else is going to claim it, but I PM'd the guy. He got back to me, and then he asked me to identify it, and I identified it. I think the giveaway was the rail blazer holder still attached to it, and the yellow braid, of course. Not that that's unique, but anyway, got in contact with this guy. His name's Jordan. He was a really nice guy, spear fisherman and fisherman, and gave him a reward, got my reel back. And also I want to, obviously I want to thank Jordan. He was great, but I want to also thank Attic Tackle and Tweed, because they contacted me and said they'd service my reel for free. So it was nice. I got my reel serviced. They replaced the bearing, so I paid for the parts. But I got my reel back, good as new. A little bit of discoloration, but since then I've caught quite a lot of fish with this rod and reel combo. So very happy to get it back. Very, very happy, as you can imagine. So the moral of the story is tether. Always tether. I have everything is tethered. Sometimes I'll double tether if I don't have enough. If the rod could drop out of a reel, like on the back there, I might double tether, so that I got a better chance. If one fails, the rod's not going to get broken off with the force when I'm travelling. Yeah. Anyway, where are you, fishies? Fish, where are you? So that's a bit of an overview of what I'm doing. I'm seeing fish on the bottom here. In fact, there's a fair bit of bait. I've just got a mark, so I can come back here and get some live bait in a second. I'm probably going to give up trolling soon if nothing's going on. Put out some floaters or something. Guess I'm a bit impatient, but it is, I don't know, I'm looking at conditions where it's 22, almost 23 degrees, but I'm looking at those sort of 24 pluses for good mackerel fishing weather. And it's not there yet.